How Ghana became rich. Ghana, found in West Africa, has an economy that is both diverse and rich in resources. With a GDP of over $75 billion, Ghana adds to the list of wealthiest countries on the African continent. Ghana has long been touted as the gateway to West Africa and Africa as a whole. It has one of the fastest growing economies in the ECOWAS sub-region and remains a top destination for investment, largely because of its political stability, low crime rate, respect for rule of law, and comparatively large market. But the real strength of Ghana is embodied in its democratic credentials. Ghana is considered a beacon of democracy in Africa, having successfully organized 7 presidential and parliamentary elections and seamlessly transitioned to different governments since 1992. The most recent election was just held in December 2020. It was hard-fought and messy, but stable. Ghana has been hailed as one of sub-Saharan Africa's success stories. It was the first to free itself from colonial rule in 1957. It built a stable democracy in the 1990s, overcoming decades of political upheaval. A thriving economy fueled by exports of cocoa, gold, and more recently oil helped cut the poverty rate. Before we look at how Ghana grew so wealthy, it's vital to take a brief look at the country's history. And before we get to that, if you're new here, welcome! Be sure to subscribe and turn notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. Ghana's history includes myriad tales that come together to explain how the country has gotten where it is today. The area now known as Ghana has seen battles with many African countries and was colonized by the European nations over the last 2,000 years. Ghana existed as an empire from the 7th to the 13th century. During this time, the country was actually located at the higher elevation than where it's found today, and the Ghanaian Empire included what we now know as Mali, Mauritania, and Senegal. The ruler of this empire was known as the Warrior King of the Ghana, which is how the empire became known to its enemies and allies. Towards the beginning of medieval times, the empire was driven towards the coast by the rising Mali Empire. Later, during the Renaissance period, this clan of tribes known as the Akan people formed the Ashanti Empire, with their main seats being in the central woodlands of Kumasi. Ghana became powerful and wealthy from trading in gold and were pioneers in making contacts with Europeans. Although they were given a run for their money by many other kingdoms that make up modern Ghana, the Ashanti were able to maintain control over the coastal area for many years. This allowed them to trade with the Portuguese, the Dutch, and the British. In the early 20th century, the British colonized the area as part of their Commonwealth, naming it the Gold Coast. During this time, Ghanaians began trading on a global scale and grew their economy through the production of cocoa and coffee. In 1957, Ghana became the first self-governing country on the African continent under President Kwame Nkrumah. Their new flag incorporated the Pan-African colors: red, yellow, green, and black. Many other African countries followed suit. Their coat of arms was created to proudly display the Black Star, a symbol of Ghana's emancipation, and the national currency was changed from pounds to cedis. Today, Ghana's president is Nana Akufo-Addo, and the country continues to be a strong force in the economy and development of Africa. How Ghana began to get it right. Good governance began with government officials upping their commitment to reform. This meant taking note of what the country really needed and making decisions informed by Ghana's past, present, and future. And this good governance brought about something remarkable in the 80s. Ghana's economy was being strengthened, and not by some new commodity the country could sell. The strength came from a more structured and equitable system of governance. The new government prided themselves on running a stable democracy, and their government initiatives looked to strengthen society and industry through economic reform. By the mid-90s, Ghana was once again experiencing rapid economic growth thanks to good governance put forward in policies and plans looking to improve the quality of life of Ghanaians. These gains were boosted in 2007 with the discovery of offshore oil, and Ghana's economy was showing signs of bursting at the seams. In 2019, Ghana was referred to as the world's fastest growing economy, with terms such as skyrocketing being used to describe its growth. In just 3 decades, Ghana made a total turnaround. The country has also consequently ranked in the top 3 countries in Africa for freedom of speech and press freedom, according to the World Bank. These successes all stem from good governance and a shift towards sustainable development, and other factors like number 1, agriculture. Agriculture is Ghana's most important economic sector, employing more than half the population on a formal and informal basis and accounting for almost half of GDP and export earnings. The country produces a variety of crops in various climatic zones, which range from dry savanna to wet forest and which run in east-west bands across the country. Agricultural crops including yams, grains, cocoa, oil palms, kola nuts, and timber form the base of Ghana's economy. Under British colonial rule, Ghanaian farmers seized the opportunity to efficiently grow and export cocoa for the large British market, given that they had a safe food supply. This development was facilitated by the traditional Ghanaian system of communal purchase of land, which gave individual farmers the security of planting a cocoa tree that would take several years until being ready to harvest. Among other factors, this enabled Ghana to grow from zero in 1891 to one of the world's largest cocoa exporters. Cocoa production occurs in the forested areas of Ghana, Ashanti Region, Brong Ahafo Region, Central Region, Eastern Region, Western Region, and Volta Region. The government controls the industry through the Ghana Cocoa Board. As of 2010, Ghana's cocoa bean exports were valued at $2,219.5 million. As of 2017, Ghana is ranked number 2 for cocoa exports behind Côte d'Ivoire, bringing in $1,914 per metric ton received. The success of Ghana in cocoa production has shaped the economy a great deal and has been able to provide livelihood to more than 500,000 farmers in the southern part of the country. Thus, cocoa and other agricultural products contribute in making Ghana rich. Number 2. Tourism. Tourism provides a significant source of foreign exchange in Ghana, contributing to the government's tax revenue, economic growth, and job opportunities. The Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture estimated that the sector accounted for 4.9% of GDP in 2018, making it the 4th largest contributor after cocoa, gold, and oil. Tourism supported 602,425 direct and indirect jobs that year, up 10% compared to 2017, when the sector employed 550,000 people. The World Travel and Tourism Council estimates that by 2029, around 746,400 people will work in Ghana's tourism sector. The significance of tourism over the years was not really felt until the diversification of the Ghanaian economy in 1985, which shifted focus on over-reliance on traditional commodities such as gold, timber, and cocoa. Before the Rawlings administration, tourism in Ghana was not an effective source of income for the Ghanaian society and was thus a missed opportunity in helping to diversify the Ghanaian economy. The Rawlings administration saw this area of opportunity and capitalized on it, ultimately appropriating the Ghanaian culture and utilizing it as a source of revenue. Through the restoration of castles that were once used for slave industry, establishment of public memorials honoring the illustrious sons of Ghana, coupled with the encouragement for the Ghana via incentives for private investments, The Rawlings administration was effectively able to push tourism forward with the cost of capitalizing on Ghanaian culture. Today, Ghana's tourism sector is playing an increasingly important role in the country's development, contributing to both economic growth and job creation. The results of the World Economic Forum's Travel and Tourism Competitiveness Report 2019 indicate that Ghana has significant opportunity to build competitiveness through its history, culture, and abundance of natural sites, raising the country's international profile as a tourism destination. This is, however, evident how the tourism sector has contributed to Ghana becoming rich. However, some of the tourist destinations in Ghana are Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park, Aburi Botanical Gardens, Bojo Beach, Accra Mall, and so much more. Number 3. The industrial sector. Ghana's industry accounts for around 24.5% of the country's total GDP. Due to government industrialization programs, Ghana's industrial production is growing at a 7.8% annual rate, making it the world's 38th fastest growing industrial production. Ghana's policy of industrialization has resulted in the establishment of a wide range of manufacturing industries, producing food products, beverages, tobacco, textiles, clothes, footwear, timber and wood products, chemicals and pharmaceuticals, and metals including steel and steel products. Almost all of them began as state-owned enterprises, but now are mostly privatized. Apart from traditional industries such as food processing, Ghana also has a large number of long-established large and medium-sized manufacturing enterprises. The large-scale manufacturing sector includes textiles, drinks, food, plastics, vehicle assembly, and aluminium processing. Much of it is owned and managed by the Lebanese community, but multinational companies such as Unilever and Valco also run factories. Various state-owned enterprises also used to be involved in manufacturing, but since liberalization opened up the market to foreign competition in the 80s, many factories have been closed, leading to substantial job losses. Gold remains central to the Ghanaian economy, although diamonds, manganese, and bauxite are also mined. The privatization of the Ashanti Goldfields Corporation, the largest producer of gold in the country, has been regarded as a great African success story, and it has been managed by Ghanaians and was one of the first indigenous companies to be listed on the international stock market. From a 15% share of export earnings in the mid-1980s, gold now vies with cocoa as the largest source of Ghana's export earnings. Ghana's diamond industry is smaller and has failed to overcome the country's long history of corruption. The majority of products are of industrial quality. The state's dominance over large-scale extraction was ended through structural adjustment, but the private enterprises currently participating have not been able to return official production to even a fourth of what it was in the 1970s. Ghana is also one of the world's largest exporters of manganese. There is considerable potential for expansion of bauxite extraction in conjunction with Ghana's relatively abundant supply of cheap hydroelectricity for aluminium melting. Ghana's most important manufacturing industries include electronics manufacturing, car manufacturing, electric car manufacturing, automotive manufacturing, light manufacturing, aluminium smelting, food processing, cement, and small commercial shipbuilding. A relatively small glass-making industry has also developed due to the high-quality sand available from the Tarkwa mining area. The foreign capital has increased in recent years. Most products are for local consumption and exportation. Other industries include textile, chemicals, and pharmaceuticals, and the processing of metals and wood products, all of which account for the success of Ghana's economy. Lastly, we have natural resources. The country is endowed with rich natural resources: timber, gold, diamonds, bauxite, manganese, and oil, contribute to making Ghana one of the wealthier nations in West Africa. Ghana has a vast quantity of minerals within its borders, ranging from gold to diamonds, which are essential natural resources. The Ghanaian government estimated that on average, the mining industry contributed 5% of the nation's GDP. Minerals in Ghana are mainly extracted for the export market, with the government estimating that minerals made up roughly 40% of the country's total exports. The Ghanaian government has encouraged investors from other nations, such as South Africa and Canada, to invest in the country's mining industry. Despite the numerous benefits the mining sector brings to the Ghanaian economy, it has a significant impact on the country's environment as it reduces the country's natural beauty. To lessen the environmental impact of the mining, the government has engaged on land reclamation programs. Nonetheless, Ghana's natural resources have played a significant role in the country's wealth. There you have it, explorers, how Ghana became so rich. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, like, leave a comment, and why not share it with your friends.